Hey guys, welcome to Proto Point. Okay, so in this Flutter tutorial, we're gonna learn how to implement Hive database in your Flutter application. So I'm going to create a series of tutorials on Hive database with Flutter. So please do subscribe Proto Point to be updated with the latest videos on Hive database. Okay, so in this tutorial, we are going to cover the basic things about what is the Hive database and how we can use in your Flutter application. So this tutorial is a basic about Hive database. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, so Hive is a non-SQL database used to store application data locally in your mobile device. Okay, so Hive follows key value pair. So the data are being stored in a key and value pair. So by making use of key, we can access the data that is being stored in your Hive database. Okay, so Hive has been developed by making use of pure Dart programming language. Okay, so it is also fast in performing CRUD operations. So here CRUD stands for create, read, update and delete. So you can see C for create, R for read, U for update and D for delete. Okay, so Hive can be used as an alternative of SQL database to store data locally. Okay, so when to use Hive database? Suppose you are creating a app or you are implementing any feature where you want to store data locally for further actions to be performed in your app. For example, if you are creating a to-do note app, then you can make use of a Hive database to store the data locally. Or for example, if you want to store the user's login details so that it can be easy for the user to log in when he revisits the app. For example, for the first time the user will sign in into a app, and again for next time when we visit the app there is no need of signing. The signing process will be automatically done as soon as he open the app. So at that time you can make use of Hive database to make the user sign in automatically. Or if you want to store the data, for example, if a user select the theme as dark theme or a light theme, you can just store the data about user selection if a user has selected a light theme or a dark theme, and depending on that data we can load the theme. Okay, so in this Hive database Flutter series we are going to cover all these points as an example to learn Hive database. So we are going to cover how to create a note app, how to store the user details, how to make the users login automatically, and also save the theme that a user has selected. Okay, so how to use Hive in Flutter? So let's check it out. So first of all, let me tell you that in this tutorial I am going to just give you an overview of creating a database and how to open a box to and store data into it. So in the second part I am going to do it practically by creating a Flutter project and storing a data into Hive database. Okay, so let's begin with the theory part. Okay, so to create a Hive database you need to create a Hive box. Okay, so let's check it out how to do it. So here first of all when your Flutter app starts, we need to initialize the Hive. To initialize the Hive you need to run this code hive.init Flutter. Okay, so you just need to run this code and your Hive will get started. Okay, so after that we can create boxes where we are going to store the data. Okay, so here box name is nothing but we can just compare it with SQL database. So in SQL database we store the data in a table, and in Hive we are going to store the data in a box. Okay, so we are just creating a box. In that box we are going to store the data. Okay, so now we have a object that is box of type which is opened box. Okay, so now by making use of this box variable we can just store the data in a key value pair. Okay, so to store the data into a box, what we can do is we can make use of an object that is box.put, and this is the key name and this is the value. Okay, so in the key we are going to store my name, that is Rajat. Okay, so this is how we store the data, means box.put key and the value that we need to store in this key. Okay, and to read the data from the SQL Hive database we can make use of box.get, and here we need to pass the key that we need to access. Okay, so you can see box.get the name of the key in the previous step. Okay, so in the previous step we have declared a key over here as a name which has a value as Rajat, and now if I read it by making use of get and pass the key, we will get my name, that is Rajat. Okay, so now to delete a specific data such as my name you want to delete, you can just specify the key over here like box.delete, and you just pass the key that you want to delete and my name will get erased from the database. Okay, so now suppose you want to delete all the data that is been in this box. Okay, so now we have opened this box. Okay, so the box name is data1. Okay, so you want to clear all the data that is in this data box. Okay, so to do that we can just pass this command hive.box, and here you need to pass the box name dot clear. So by doing this, all the data that is in this box will get removed. So that's all in the first part of Flutter Hive database. So in the second part, I am going to create a practical knowledge of creating CRUD operations in Flutter. So please do subscribe Proto Coders Point. Thank you.